know I can depend on my barber to give me the perfect haircut every time. I respect his skill and commitment to his job. He is proudly serving Jamaica with his talent. Respect is also due to my bus conductor. He ensures that I am not left behind and I get on board safely. He is serving Jamaica steadfastly and honestly. It's good to see the police protecting and reassuring with courtesy. She is proudly honoring her pledge to work dutifully in the service of her fellow citizens. My journey through life is unfolding every day. I rely on a lot of people to help me to progress along the way. My family, my friends, and my fellow Jamaicans. With their support, I have a future in which great things are possible. I pledge my heart forever to serve Jamaica, our shining homeland, with pride.
Up Yout is powered by National Baking Company in association with CranWata, a Stanley and Empress Production, giving the youth a voice.
And so we come to know these youths and show these youths. Talk up yourself, the youths to know them roots. Nurture them, protect and love and hear these youths. Music make them know I love we show these youths.
Mr. Save the youth, I kill the youth, I talk up youth, I build the youth, I trick and fool and pill the youth, I talk up youth, I build the youth, empower and then skill the youth, I talk up youth, I build the youth, talk up youth in Jamaica, we are
kill the youths there.
Talk up youth in Jamaica.
Brother, I come up the road not too long and a little boy drop and him father go tell him to don't cry because him and a girl like, really?
What's wrong with that?
Boy enough to cry?
Yeah, brother.
So,
why not to cry?
I believe that they expect that we should not have feelings or something like that sort, or we should not express ourselves in a particular way. And I think that's problematic, you know. And there's this thing that my grandma always tells me, and I don't like it. You know, she is like, Cleveland, you're a man up.
Yeah, brother, you have to man up.
But
how would that look if you're going to want society now? And if a boss say, hey, Cleveland, you not do this the right way, you start crying. How would that look?
Alright, but
that man not cry.
No, but what we feel to understand is whether we're male or female, you're open to express how you feel.
Hi, I'm Cleveland. I'm 18 years old and I will be UTEC's first Rhodes Scholar, a Jamaican politician, and another Jamaican to have his PhD by the age of 30. And this is my story. So I'm from Weather Park, Lauderdale, a small rural community in the parish of St. Catherine, surrounded by sugar plantations or what we call cane peas. I was raised by my grandmother, so I lived in an extended family with my aunts, my uncles, and my cousins. I think I had a wonderful childhood. It was amazing. I must say that I was a very rude child when I was younger. I had no manners, I was disrespectful, I got in a lot of trouble everywhere I went, at church, at school, at home. I had to go to church every Sunday. I had to be at Sunday school 10 a.m. every morning. I had to come from school and go to rehearsal at 5 o'clock every evening. And I had to go to school every day. Even when I was sick, my grandma would still send me to school because for her, sickness was not an excuse to be absent from school. And of course, there are other things that made my childhood awesome, but it was really amazing. But leaving my childhood, going into adolescence age, there were some issues that began to surface. The fact that I was told, oh, Cleveland, you chat too much, quite frankly. I was told I was too talkative. I was told I always had an opinion. I was told too opinionated. And they wouldn't leave it at you talk too much, you know. They would make it worse. Cleveland, you chat too much like them gal. That was really awful, as they made it seem as if men are not supposed to speak as much as women should. Men are not supposed to be expressive, and if I disagreed with something, I would share it. I would let you know that I disagree. If you say it should go X, I'm gonna ask you why not Y. That's how I was. I questioned things. So in 2012, I went to the Dental Technical High School. That's when I started my secondary education, and in grade 7 I started to articulate well. I began using the English language and using it well, and carried myself, you know, with decorum. And whenever I'm speaking, whenever I'm addressing anybody, I would be, you know, use the standard English, and I was eloquent with it, and that's how I presented myself. And then just by being myself, speaking like that, they use that as a metric to say that I'm feminine, I'm effeminate. I've been to several places where I've never interacted with the persons there before. They only heard me speaking, and by virtue of hearing me speaking, they assume that I'm feminine and I'm effeminate. And I know many other persons who have gone through this, persons who are still going through this, and it is really bad, and it's a mentality that we should do away with. It's a mentality that we should not have, because we are telling our young men that, listen, you're not supposed to be expressive, you're not supposed to be eloquent, you're not supposed to be articulate. I want to know, why is it a problem if a young man articulates well? Why do we have to match that level of articulation with feminism? I think, you know, quite frankly, that there is a confusion between what is intelligence and what is feminism when it comes to male. So when I was at grade 7 high school, grade 8, many persons did not associate themselves with me. I was disenfranchised from participating, from being a part of many social groups. So most of my friends were female. I did not have many male friends. The only male friends I had were those who really spoke with me and understood me, and, you know, they really knew Cleveland. Those are the only male friends I had. Others, oh, I'm a fish, I'm feminine, and they know nothing about me. The only thing that they used to assess was by virtue of how I spoke. And when I was in class, persons, the only time they would gravitate, the only time males would gravitate to be a part of my my group is because they would know that, oh, Cleveland bright and Cleveland will do the work. I decided not to go several places on campus because I knew that, okay, if I went there, persons will shout at me, persons, oh, fish, or this, that, and so I just decided not to go a certain place on campus. How I overcame this? So I knew that there obstacles would come. I knew what I wanted in life, or I knew what I want in life. From as early as high school, I knew what I want in life, and I knew that, okay, for me to achieve these things, I would have to step over the obstacles that would surface, and I did that. And I didn't give up my English, and I didn't change the way I speak to suit anybody, because this is me, this is who I am, and I will not change to suit you.
Being there for a woman, being there for your family, whether financially, emotionally, that is what a true man should be.
Exactly, exactly.
It shouldn't be stereotyped in being muscles and
thick
a big guy and you know.
Emphasis on emotionally.
Like,
they should be there emotionally. So men tends to be absent emotionally, but you know, they should be there. You understand? Yeah.
Well, I agree with you guys now. I agree with you guys.
Up Yout in Jamaica.
There is no other bun like this one. The flavor is so good. Who say bun can't sweet? Oops, mind you bite your finger.
National Spiced Buns, baked with national pride.
My wow moment.
My wow moment.
My wow moment.
CranWata with wow. That's my wow.
That's my wow. Yeah. What we do? Watch out.
My wow moment when I get the highest in my class. That's my wow. What's with wow?
When we get 16 at maths, I never expect so much. That's my wow.
CranWata with wow. When school over, I'ma get forgot me out. That's my wow.
Water with wow.
When I get my box food, that's my wow. CranWata with wow.
Water with wow.
We have to build the youths there.
Up Yout in Jamaica.
So at Dintil, they have what is known as luncheon. So each grade has a luncheon. It's a formal occasion, and they usually invite, dignitaries to come and be the keynote speakers. We're talking about persons from Ministry of Education, persons who have really excelled well academically, and really they're very well known. But my grade 8 supervisor, and she invited me to be the keynote speaker for this luncheon. I was surprised, I was honored, because for me to be a grade 9 student and to be invited to be the keynote speaker at a formal occasion as this, I was speaking, encouraging students 1 year younger than what I was at that time. It was really amazing. So I went, I did my speech. It was amazing. I was speaking to over 100 students, and the remarks that I got it was amazing, and you did well. And because of how well I did, my vice principal asked me to deliver a keynote address at General Devotion the following Monday morning. And I went and I delivered the keynote address at General Devotion. I was not speaking in front of 100 students anymore now. I was now speaking in front of 1,400 students. I alone kept General Devotion that morning, and it was amazing, and I shared with them what I did to excel academically. And even in this there was still, I knew the perception that many persons across the campus had where I'm concerned. I knew what they thought of me, or what they thought about me rather. But I did not let that stop me. I could have easily said to my vice principal, no, I do not want to do this. I'm speaking in front of 1,400 students and I know what they think about me. But I took the opportunity. There's something about me, I do not let opportunities slip. So, I grab onto opportunities, I hold on to them, and, I make the best out of them. So I took that opportunity and I did well. That somewhat counteracted the negativity that I received from most of the gentlemen across campus. In grade 11, I continued to do well, still having the highest average, and then I was valedictorian for my graduating class. And I did, after graduation, I was told that this is the best speech I've ever heard from a valedictorian. I received 11 awards at graduation night. So it was like Cleveland. I went for my awards in a basket. While I was delivering my speech, and my cousin came to the graduation, and she was sitting behind a lady, and the lady was like, "Boy, you must fish him chat, and he get so much award, and I'm a must girl." And my cousin engaged in an argument with her. So my cousin's like, "Listen me, know people now, but you call up people name. Who tell say boy a girl and this and that?" And she was like, "Yeah, you chat, must girl, there's so much award in my college, must girl." And when my cousin told me this after graduation, I was thinking, so is good academic achievement only limited to females? I think that's ridiculous. I think that's a ridiculous notion that we hold as Jamaicans, and it's something that we should do away with. Graduation took place in June. In August, I got my CSEC results. I did 10 CSEC subjects. I got 10 ones, straight A profiles. I was given a scholarship by the Ministry of Education to pursue an undergraduate degree at the University of Technology, Jamaica, and that's how I ended up being at UTech. So I went to UTech and I had the same mentality. And I did well. I ended up at the end of first semester with a 3.85 GPA. That was the highest among scholarship students, one of the highest GPAs in my faculty. I went and I joined the UTech Debating and Public Speaking Society. So I graduated from Tinto to June, and then September I was at UTech, and then December I was off to Mexico debating on behalf of Jamaica, debating on behalf of UTech Jamaica. So it was really amazing, and for a first year student to within first semester of school to be representing the university internationally, that was really profound and that was really excellent. I was the first student from my faculty to be representing the university in that capacity. So I went to Mexico and I participated in both the debating championship and the public speaking championship. I did well in the debating championship. We debated against Ivy League universities, Oxford University, Princeton University, Harvard University, universities right across the world, from Indonesia, South Africa, China, and UWI Mona was also present at that competition. So UWI Mona and UTech Jamaica represented the island of Jamaica, and both institutions did well. The most difficult issue I've faced with male stereotypes is taking this stereotyping to the digital world. So I remember when I was in grade 11 and I was preparing to sit my C-Sex subjects. So I logged onto my Facebook account at the computer lab, and I knew as much as I can remember, I logged out of my account, but apparently I did not, or something of that sort. So somebody went onto my account and somebody logged into my Facebook account, and they posted from my profile as if I'm the one posting. Hi, this is Cleveland whatsoever. This is who I am, and I want to say that I'm a homosexual, and this is who I am, and accept me. And that was really difficult. Because it's on Facebook. The world was seeing that. I went onto my account. I took it down. I came off of Facebook and so on and so forth. But coming back to how I overcame this issue, resilience. You will fall. Things will happen. But you have to get back up. You must stand again. There are things to accomplish, and you won't accomplish them when you're down. Stand up and get going. The race is not for the swift, it's for those who can endure. So resilience was something that I had. It's still something that I have. It's something that I will keep, and it's something that I want you to develop if you do not have it. Resilience.
We have to build the youths there.
Up Yout in Jamaica.
Wait. Take a bite of National Giant Hardo. Nothing comes close. How do you Hardo? Bread and patty? Bread and butter? National Giant Hardo bread, baked with national pride.
When you're ready. Ready? Oh, wait, my time they fall off.
Ready now?
Come and get new bundles and makeup now. That's my wow. Water with wow. Just get that song, pull up, yes. That's my wow. Water with wow.
Roach man there, water with
Wow. The way me when we reach a foreign. I when the plane touchdown in New York. That's my wow. Water with wow.
So Cleveland, yeah. One of the things that we're here, this is a mentoring session. You know, mentoring is absolutely essential, especially for young aspiring males that want to do greatness in this country. We hear it a lot, it's a buzzword, but the truth is mentorship is not just a one-day thing. Mentorship goes for continued, right? Yeah. But let me ask you this, what's your immediate goal?
So my immediate goal. So last year, as a first year student,
yes.
I went to Mexico representing my university and Jamaica at the World's Universities Debate Competition, where
yes.
I did well. I broke to the quarterfinals as the top 18 public speaker.
Nice,
I mean, there are like over 200 persons
yes.
participating in this competition
yes.
across the world, you
yes.
know, from Ivy League universities like Oxford, Harvard,
all of
Yale,
those, definitely.
From South Africa to China, right across the world. And being 17-year-old from Jamaica, and you know, I broke
Jamaicans are at the top of the world, but
exactly.
So what immediately now?
So there's a possibility, there's a high possibility that I make the team to South Africa, because the competition will be held in South Africa in December. So my immediate goal is to make the team to South Africa, and then in addition to making the team, to win the public speaking competition.
So are you ready to go on the stage and talk to all these people from all over? Is that something that you're ready for?
There are some things that I need to do to get to that stage of
yes.
you know, complete readiness.
You know, one of the great things about mentors is that, yes, I've had some trials, but I've overcome some trials, and speaking onto an international audience in South Africa is something that I've done already. I actually have spoken in about 7-8 different countries, and I love public speaking as well, so we share that in common. Just some tips. You know, public speaking is very, very important.
It is, yeah.
For me, what I do, one, very important, be yourself. Don't try to go on stage with a different persona, etc. Persons in the audience will look at it and say, hold on, that's not Cleveland.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so be yourself. Yeah. Secondly, it's okay to be nervous. I'm always nervous before I go on the stage. I remember, like, you know, in Soweto walking up, and I was like, all right, I can do this. Yeah. And then you just accept that it's there and then deliver.
Yeah, yeah.
And then 3, just have your content ready. You have to be prepared. You have to go over it, do your mirror talk, get yourself ready.
And you know, as you say that, this quote popped in my mind a while ago. Fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
Definitely. So those are my 3 tips, and I'm sure you will emerge victorious in South Africa.
I will apply them to my daily life.
Definitely. And so that's immediate goal. What about long-term, 5-year plans?
Okay, so next 3 years, I should be leaving the University of Technology.
Yes.
Having been the student union president, I should be the valedictorian, and I should also be graduating top of my class.
Okay.
I also want to be a youth ambassador, you know, youth parliamentarian representing Jamaica at different youth forums across the world, because I'm passionate about youth advocacy. I'm passionate about building Jamaica, and listen me, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to build my country. I'm going to make Jamaica.
That sounds absolutely great to hear. That sounds great to hear. So as I said, mentorship, long term. So this is just not a one-day thing. I will be holding you accountable to all those goals. You might not see me writing, but I've made a mental note of all of those things. One of the things that I like about them, they're so interrelated. You know, you speak about youth parliament, you speak about representation at UTech, etc. So you can expect me to continuously follow. In 2023, I'm going to be like, Cleveland, you know, you said you'll be doing this. Where are you with it?
Yeah.
You can definitely expect me to follow, all right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate this, and thank you very much for the conversation. Yes,
respect.
Yes,
all the best.
Yes, sir. So if you have gone through what I have been through, here's my advice to you. Develop a level of self-confidence and efficacy that cannot be toppled by what they will say about you. Know what you're about, know what you want in life, and know that obstacles will come but you just have to overstep them to get where you want to be. Not everybody is going to accept you, and I'm telling you, if you go somewhere and everybody likes you, I think something is probably wrong with that, because we have different personalities, we have personality clashes. So I think that you're gonna have persons who will just not accept you no matter what you do. Never try to fit in. You are unique. Be who you are. It has really been a rough journey, but it's an amazing one, and it's one that I will continue on. And what I want to say to the Jamaican people is that let us not suppress the voice of young men. Let us not stop them from expressing themselves in ways where they are articulate or ways in which they are eloquent. Because if we do this, if we stop them from expressing themselves in a way that they truly feel comfortable, they might very well start expressing themselves in other ways that we do not want. They might start expressing themselves violently, join gangs, being in mischievous activities, juvenile delinquent activities. They might start to take up because we refuse to accept the way in which they express themselves. And this way that I'm talking about is just being articulate, just being eloquent, just being able to use the English language properly. Let us not, stereotype them for this, because we are the same ones who want them to perform well academically. So let us stop this. And I love Jamaica. I love my people, and I was born here. I was raised here. I will stay here. I will build here, and I will die here. Jamaica land be love.
Up Yout is powered by National Baking Company in association with CranWata, a Stanley and Empress Production, giving the youth a voice.